Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Shri Hanuma Bhima Madhvantargata Ramakrishna Vedavyasatmaka Lakshmi Hayagrivaya Namaha. Namaskara to all Sajjanas. We are today into the fourth part 4 of the series discoursed under the title Vedas and Unbiased View. So in this, we said we are going to see the glory of Vedas, Vedas as a source of true knowledge, Vedas as defectless and authority of knowledge because it is eternal. So before proceeding into all these things, when we say Vedas give true knowledge, then we shall have the knowledge of what is meant by true knowledge and what is not a true knowledge, and what are the means to attain this true knowledge. So with that intention, we proceeded into learning of Pramanas with the help of a Grantha composed by Tikacharyaru named Pramana Paddhati. So in this, we went through two kinds of jnana broadly. Jnana, which is true, that is Yathartha Jnana, and Jnana, which is not true. Jnana means knowledge. So knowledge which is not true, which we call Ayathartha Jnana. And in Ayathartha Jnana, we again have two categories. One is the doubt called Samshaya. We are going through that now since last part, that is part 3. And the other one is Viparyaya, that means error or false cognition. So there are three types here, one broadly two, and in total 3. So one is the true cognition or true knowledge, and the other one is doubt, and the third category is false cognition. So before proceeding into part 4, I got a feedback from a few members that the length of videos is long. That means the duration is 40 minutes tentatively for the second part and 30 minutes for the third part. So the feedback is that the length of the video can be restricted to 10 to 15 minutes. So the listeners can have a better focus and understanding. So I will try my best to do that. These subjects are very complicated, and there are a lot of core technical stuff in this. So we cannot end any part in an abrupt manner. So it has to come to some kind of conclusion in every part. And every technical term deserves a lot of explanation. That is why the length of video is more. But I will try to restrict to 15 to 20 minutes from this part. In case it goes slightly beyond 20 minutes, please excuse me. So before proceeding into part 4, so let us have a recap from part 3. So we were discussing about the prayojana, that is the purpose or benefit of Lakshana Jnana. So one is Sajati and Vijati, that is the object of knowledge belonging to the same group and a different group. So we differentiate this based on the Lakshana Jnana. And the other one is Shabda Vyavahara, that means in our practical life, practical applications. So the objects of knowledge are defined using one word. So when we say cow, the cow along with its Lakshana, everything comes into our mind. So this Lakshana Jnana helps us in the Shabda Vyavahara. Then we went through the Yathartha Jnana, some technical definitions. We said Prama means Yathartha Jnana is Prama, and Ayathartha Jnana is not Prama. And among Ayathartha Jnana, we went through Samshaya, that is doubt, and then Viparyaya, which is a error or false cognition. Then while we proceeded into explaining the doubt, so based on Nayayikas, Tarkikas, or the logicians, so we just went through that there are 5 causes of doubt. and those are sadharana dharma. The example we saw is a common property between a tree branch or a post and a human. And then asadharana dharma, the example given to that is shabda or sound is the unique attribute of akasha or sky. So here the doubt arises on how shabda, when akasha is eternal, whether shabda is eternal or not. And then the third type is vipratipatti. So here we looked into two contradicting statements, one saying that the senses are elemental and the other saying that the senses are non-elemental. So there are two contrasting opinions between two philosophies, so which led to a doubt on whether the senses are elemental or non-elemental. Then the fourth type is upalabdhi, that is cognition. So the Nayayikas say from the cognition also the doubt arises. The example given was when we dig a well, the water appears and we get a doubt whether that water was already present inside the well or is it a fresh water that is a result of the activity of digging. And then finally anupalabdhi or non-cognition. So they took an example of a ghost or demon, where the demon is not appearing in a banyan tree. So the doubt arises whether there is no demon at all, or is the demon present but not visible to our eyes because of its ability to hide itself from our eyes. So these are the five kinds of or causes of doubts which we went through in the previous session, based on the traditional Nayayikas or the logicians like Bhushana. And the later Nayayikas or the logicians themselves uh, came to a conclusion that three types suffices, because the people like Udayanacharya, who were the later logicians, they came to a conclusion that upalabdhi and anupalabdhi can also be included in the sadharana dharma, the first category. So what is samshaya? Samshaya means doubt. So what is a doubt? Anavadharana jnanam samshaya. This is the definition given in Pramana Paddhati. So avadharana means it is certain or accurate. So anavadharana means there is uncertainty. So doubt arises because of uncertainty, because of the thought of this or that, the oscillation or the dolayamana, as we say in Sanskrit. So we say that as ubaya koti smarana, that is two alternatives. One is the subject of the doubt and the other is alternative which possess a common property, and the doubt arises from that whether this or that. So later Nayayikas, as I told, they shortened the causes into three. They included the upalabdhi and anupalabdhi as well in the common dharma or the sadharana dharma. So what is sadharana dharma? It is a common attribute present in both the subject of doubt and its alternative. Say for example, we take a branch of tree. So if the subject of doubt is the branch of tree, then its alternative is human. So when we see it in the dark, both possess a common property named tallness, and hence there is no clear perception, and we get a doubt in the darkness whether this is a branch of tree or a human. So this example we already went through when we explained the sadharana dharma. So now upalabdhi. Upalabdhi means cognition. So they say the cognition, the upalabdhi is common to both existing and non-existing object. Now we are proceeding into how upalabdhi and anupalabdhi are included in the common dharma, sadharana dharma itself, by the Nayayikas themselves. That is the later Nayayikas. So they say in case of objects like a pot or cloth, which is existent in the darkness, then we are able to cognize it with the help of a lamp. So to be honest, there is no doubt in this case. When we use a lamp, so we get a clarity that whether it is a pot or cloth which was in the darkness. So this is existence, the already existing part or cloth, if cannot be clearly cognized, that can be cognized with the help of a lamp or something. So when it comes to non-existence, so let us say the same pot or cloth which are non-existent, that will become existent in the existing in the future when that is made by a potter or a weaver, in case of a cloth. So the upalabdhi is common. It is a common attribute. It is common to both existing and non-existing objects. Similarly, the anupalabdhi. Upalabdhi is cognition, means anupalabdhi is its opposite, that is non-cognition. So anupalabdhi or non-cognition also, it is common to both existing and the non-existing objects. Anupalabdhi means we are not able to see, we are not able to cognize. So in case of existence, we can give examples like God, time. The time is not clearly visible, right? It comes under the Anupalabdhi category. It is not clearly visible to us. We cannot see the time. We can see the God, but after attaining a certain level of jnana in the sadhana, that is called aparoksha jnana. We will come to that later. But in general, God is not seen and time is not seen, but these are all existent. So it comes under the existing category as well. And when it comes to non-existence, then there are things spoken like a rabbit's horn, a hare's horn, so which is never existing actually. So anupalabdhi is also applicable to both existing and non-existing objects. So all these have a common dharma. So the doubts can arise from a commonality, from the common doubt, common dharma, common attribute. It is because the upalabdhi can come under both existing and non-existing in common, and anupalabdhi can also come under both existing and non-existing in common. So this upalabdhi and anupalabdhi as well are added to the same sadharana dharma category by later Nayayikas. It is not by the Madhva Siddhanta Yatigalu. It was by later Nayayikas. So they themselves shortened the causes of doubts from 5 to 3. So now only 3 exists even as per Nayayikas. That is Sadharana Dharma, Asadharana Dharma, and Vipratipatti. Now Sri Tikacharyaru or Sri Jayatirtharu, he proceeds to shorten it further in his work named Pramana Paddhati. And he is saying that even Asadharana Dharma and Vipratipatti can be brought under the common Dharma or the Sadharana Dharma. So let us see how. So let us take Asadharana Dharma, for example, the second category, second cause. What did Nayayikas say? Asadharana Dharma means a unique property, doubt arising from a unique property. The example given to that was sound is an unique attribute of eternal sky. So when it is an attribute of sky, whether the sound is eternal or non-eternal, so such a doubt arises. This is what the example given by the Nayayikas. Now, we already went through by the definition that if doubt has to arise, then there has to be 2 alternatives. One is the subject of doubt itself, the object of doubt itself, and the other one is its alternative which possesses a common property with it. That is why the doubt arises, this or that the thought arises. So now when we say shabda or sound is an unique property of the akasha or space, so there itself it is very clear that that is an unique property. So when you say unique property, that is only one. There is no alternative to it, right? That is why it is unique. Otherwise, there will be something else which is common. So just by saying that sound is an unique attribute of the space, no doubt arises. Everybody accepts the fact that sound is an attribute of space or sky. So here no doubt arises. So for the doubt, the alternatives are required. So doubt does not arise from asadharana dharma or a unique attribute. This is what Sri Tikacharya says. So doubt arises because of the differentiation or the he says, Tikarayaru says, Kintu Vyavrutti Mukhenaiva. That means by the differentiation. So how can we understand this? Let us take two properties. One is Nitya Vyavruttitva and the other one is Anitya Vyavruttitva. So Nitya means eternal. Anitya means non-eternal. We all know this. And Vyavruttitva represents differentiation. So Nitya Vyavruttitva means being different from eternal, right? Nitya Vyavruttitva, that means being different from eternal. So that applies to non-eternal objects like the pot, cloth, and it also applies to sound. Similarly, Anitya Vyavruttitva means being different from non-eternal. That means it represents the eternal objects. So eternity is a common property of eternal objects like Ishvara, for example, and then time, and then that also applies to the sound. We already went through that sound is both eternal, non-eternal. We will come to that later when we get into the glory of Vedas. So as of now, the doubt arises because of a common property. Because Nitya Vyavrutatva is common property of non-eternal objects and Anitya Vyavrutatva is common property of eternal objects. So when we do this comparison, then the doubt arises whether the sound is eternal or non-eternal. Otherwise, just by the fact that sound is an attribute of Akasha, there no doubt arises. Everybody is very clear. So if a doubt has to arise, then there have to be some common attributes which causes the thought of this or that results in the doubt. So that means asadharana dharma is a category which is not required under the doubt. That is the opinion of Sri Tikacharya. And again, similarly, the Vipratipatti, that is the contradicting statements. We went through that. One philosophy says the senses are elemental. Other philosophy says the senses are non-elemental. So when somebody says the senses are elemental in nature, that is just a statement. That is a statement which makes a meaning. And somebody when says senses are non-elemental, that is another statement which makes some meaning. So the statements themselves does not create any doubt because of the contradiction. So when we proceed to analyze, then based on some common attribute, like when the analysis is made on which statement among the two are true, then the doubt arises. That is again based on common property, because being elemental is a common property of the elements and being non-elemental is a common property of the non-elements. So again, any kind of doubt that arises here can be classified under the same sadharana dharma. So finally, Tikacharyaru rejects any classification under the doubt, and he says that any doubt can arise because of the common dharma. And this common dharma or sadharana dharma need not be only one dharma between the alternatives, and it can be even more. We will look into further details into this in the next part, and then we will also go through what is meant by viparyaya, the error, and then the theory of error as per various philosophies, taking an example. So we will go through all these in our next part 5. So one may wonder why we are speaking so much from the Pramanas after giving the title as Vedas and Unbiased View. As I already told, so we are going to logically present the debates among various philosophies and prove that the Vedas are eternal, defectless, glorious, and they speak only the truth. So it is easy to say this is true, this is false. So I have a doubt here. But see the level of analysis that has been done by the philosophers of India from time immemorial on the subjects like doubt. Today we casually say, I doubt this. But how a doubt can arise? What are all the causes? So everything had been discussed in very detail since time memorial in the long past in Bharata Desha. That was also a feedback. Somebody told me that instead of saying India, you can say Bharata. So I accept that feedback. So let us call our country as Bharata because India was very recent. So from time immemorial in Bharata Desha, all these had been the subject of discussion. Now, when we say Vedas give true knowledge, then we need to have a clarity and be able to discriminate between the true knowledge and untrue knowledge. And that is the reason why we got into Pramana Paddhati. We are discussing what is true knowledge, that is Yathartha Jnana, and what is untrue knowledge, that is Ayatartha Jnana. And two categories in the Ayatartha Jnana. One is the doubt category and the other one is the false cognition. And in the next session, we are going to discuss on false cognition on and how different philosophies deal with it. What does the Madhva philosophy say? Everything we will discuss in detail. And then we will proceed into the means of knowledge. That is our direct perception, inference, and agama. And these are the three means of knowledge. And under the agama comes our Vedas. So we have to remember our first original question: why Vedas? So that is what we are into now. So once we find an answer to that, then we will proceed into the glory of Vedas. I accept that the Pramana Paddhati subject is a bit complicated because it is full of definitions and it's a bit dry subject. But still, whoever remains focused and very passionate about knowing the philosophy and the truth about the Vedas, I am sure they would like it. And any kind of feedback, please feel free to leave it in the comments section. So I will correct myself as much as possible and practical. And kindly share this video to all your friends and relatives, not expecting the likes and subscriptions, but the truth has to reach many, especially in this particular time when a lot of hatred is shown towards the Hindu scriptures and Vedas. So kindly do share the video. So with this, I conclude the part 4. Thank you. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.